All right. So you have completed the entire writing process. You have completed your introduction, you have completed body, and you have also written down the conclusion. Now comes editing. The first step for editing is to find links between each dots, which is transition. Now, for example, in the rule of triad, let's say you have had one incident from your school and one incident from your college, and you want to have a transition. I would go about it like this. I was always interested in mathematics, and I would put down the steps, but I would make some minor mistakes, and as a result, my answers would end up becoming wrong. But my school had this amazing way in which they were giving me marks for right steps. I always found that life was much more easier if you followed the steps or followed the process, not really much focus on the result. So I decided to pursue a course on process engineering because process was something which fascinated me. Well, do you understand what I did there? I used the word process as a pivot or a common between the previous school experience and my college transition. That way, you look for transitioning pivots so that you can move from one segment to the other segment. The second thing that you need to do in your editing is to look at flow and continuity. Does the previous segment and the next segment feel like they are at sync? Do you feel that, okay, yes, after this, that needs to come. So this is fine. If you feel that the flow is making sense, then it's okay. But if you yourself feel, no, something is amiss, there needs to be an additional point in between these two, then also you're right. So you sit down and rewrite, add those points. As a thumb rule, approximately a person speaks about 125 to 150 words per minute. But there are people who speak much slower and there are people who speak much faster. This is a very generic thumb rule. Please do not go by it. Please measure or ensure how many words you speak per minute. Based on that, you can trim or increase the number of words based on the time that has been given to you. And now, after doing all these, you sit down and write the second draft afresh. This would make much more sense to you, and it will have all the transitions, continuity, word length exactly as per your requirement. But word of warning, always do editing after a while. Do not, after immediately completing your writing, sit down to edit. Take a while, go for a nap, go for a walk, come back, or do it after a while, or do it the next day. Even better, you will have a fresh set of eyes. So, this was the entire process of speech writing to deliver in the public forum.